Hello, hello, Fina here from Fina Reads, today with a book tag, and I thought I'm starting with the popular opinions book tag. Not that I was tagged in, but I like them, they're funny. I'm doing the popular opinions book tag because that has been around for some time already, so no pressure, no stress. It was created by Abby Salter. If you haven't checked out her channel, I really like it. I watch it all the time. I think she's an amazing booktuber. So give her some love if you haven't already. And with that, let me jump into the book tag. The first question is a popular book or series that you love. There's so many. There's so many books. So I had a hard time figuring this down, so I ended up with 4. And let's see, maybe while I'm talking through I can pick one. So there's one that I've already talked about in my favorite books of the year so far. I think that's what the video was called, which is Project Hail Mary, and I'm still standing by that. Project Hail Mary is an amazing book. I still love it. I cannot stop thinking about what happened in there. I've read it twice this year. I mean, that tells you everything. And then from a series perspective, I might pick Dune, probably. Is probably the most known series that I like. And I've only read 2 books so far, but it's great. I mean, even just the first book, even if you just read the first book and don't continue, it's an amazing story. And anyway, great book, great series. Love it. I definitely want to continue reading this. And then the others that I kind of had in the back burner is one like individual book would be Handmaid's Tale, although technically I think it's a series too now. But the book itself, Handmaid's Tale, was amazing, and that's probably way too many answers for a tag. Am I doing this right? The next prompt is an underhyped book or series that you love and wish would be more popular. So Greenwriter. I mean, how often can I say Greenwriter in a tag? We'll see. We might find out in this one, but Greenwriter is definitely a series that I totally love, that I've talked about it quite a bit. I have a separate video of the Greenwriter series, so that is definitely a series that I love that is completely underrated. And when we talk about individual books, I'd say it would be Zed or Quality Land. Both sci-fi books, both books with a very similar trope of an AI takes over the world, and you have to deal with that. Slightly different though, in the sense of Quality Land is a humoristic approach for something that is actually not too far off. So we already live in a world where a lot of things are suggested to us, and Quality Land takes it a step further, exaggerates it, and basically shows you what it could be like if an AI makes every decision for you, like tells you what partner you like, tells you what products you want to buy, tells you blah 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 blah. So that is one that I really enjoyed. And then the other one is Zed, which has, first of all, an amazing cover, similar trope where it's an AI taking over the world, but here it's more written like a mystery crime type book where something goes wrong and they're trying to figure out what it is and why it's happening, and then things unfold. Next prompt is a romance that you love. Love triangle or OTP. I have to be honest, I have no idea what OTP means. Acronyms are not my friend, but if we talk generally about love story, there is the Geekerella book that I totally liked. It's a YA romance story. It's also a series. There are 2 more. It's Bookish and the Beast and something else, I forgot. But there are 3 books in that series, and I like them all. They're fluffy, light-hearted, great writing. I love the story of, hey, we're, living in the real world, but it's all nerds. We're on cons, and there is a fictionary TV show, and it's about some of the actors of that TV show, and then fans of that TV show. So that's kind of, at a high level, what it is. And I really like the love story of Ellen Darien. I listened to that as an audiobook and I highly recommend it. I think the narrator is really great too. The next question is my favorite genre, and then a genre, and I cannot unhear Alex Trebek's plugin that he always does every time I say this word, and one that you would like to read more from. So favorite genre, well, fantasy. I mean, do we even need to talk about this anymore? I don't think so. Genre I would like to read more of I was thinking about that a little bit. So I was thinking nonfiction first, but then I realized I actually read quite a bit nonfiction, at least more than I used to read. And I just like to read the things that I'm interested in. So things about language, things about culture, a little bit about specific parts of the history. But I decided to go with horror. That is a genre I haven't read much because I'm a wimp. I also don't watch horror movies, but I'm realizing that horror is more than jump scare, because that's the stuff that I really don't like. I don't like haunted house stuff, jump scare, chainsaw massacre, like any of those things. Not going to happen. I will also never read or watch it or stuff like that. Not going to happen. But there are some more psychological horror, which I actually read quite a bit when it comes to Stephen King, because all of his Richard Bachman books fall into that psychological horror category. And then I've read Horror Store the other day, although that is a jump scare horror, but it was kind of fun. It was quirky in an not IKEA store, but it looked like an IKEA store, and I love IKEA, as you can see. So that was fun. Anyway, horror is a category I want to read more of. The next question is a popular or beloved character that you love, or a character that you feel deserve more love. And I mean, I could have brought up Writer again, but I'm going with Jovis and Mephi from The Bone Chart Daughter, which was a great book that I read last year. I cannot wait for the continuation this year. Actually, it's coming out later this year, right? Isn't it November, I think, is when the next book comes out? Anyway, I really liked, in general, I liked the book. There were things that I didn't like too much. I gave it 4 stars, I think, back then. But Jovis and Mephi are adorable. Those two characters are just amazing. It's a great friendship. It's a great animal companion. There are several things that you can associate with those two characters, but I thought they were just adorable. Like seeing Mephi get bigger and bigger was just cute. Actually, now that I'm talking about it, I probably have to reread this book shortly before November. I'll see if I'll do that. We'll see. Next is an auto by author, and well, if Kristen Britton would write anything else than great writers. No, I'm just kidding. Susan Elizabeth Phillips is one of my auto by romance authors. I've been reading her for a long time. I really enjoy her Chicago Stars series with the, just in case you've never heard of it, Chicago Stars is a fictional football team, American football, and I think there are 9 books out by now. She just launched one earlier this year that I also read. That series is about the different characters from that fictional football team, and it's just heartwarming. The stories are great. Another auto by author for me is Liv Constantine. It is an author pair. I think they are sisters. I'm not 100% sure. And I found out about them last year. I read The Last Miss Parrish, which was amazing, and then I read Wife Stalker this year, which was mind-blowing. So if you like thrillers and you haven't read The Wife Stalker, whoa, that ending, that twist, I did not see that coming. And I cannot wait to finally somehow find time to read her new book. And then I have one more book that I haven't read from her that is a backlist title. So she is going, or they are going to be an auto by author that I will buy no matter what going forward. Their writing style is just awesome. When it comes to thrillers, great. A popular book trope that you love reading about. I actually never thought about book tropes in any case. Before I started listening to booktubers and watch book reviews, I never even realized that there is such a thing as tropes. But it totally makes sense. We like to put things into neat little boxes. So here we are, putting things into neat little boxes. Political intrigue. I enjoy a good political intrigue. There's nothing more satisfying to see people play out something behind their backs and then see the reveal of it and what happens. Even though I hate it in real life and I want to stay far away from all of this, I enjoy reading it in a book and then figuring out those twists. Another one is probably Secret Royalty. That's more a romance trope. So here's a confession. My guilty pleasure are movies and books, for that matter, that are about, hey, the prince is taking a vacation from home and is pretending to be a commoner, and then the prince is falling in love with a random commoner girl, and then the girl finds out, and then they go back, and then there's a big drama because, you have to marry royalty. You cannot marry the commoner girl, but then the father or the mother or someone else in that royalty universe says, yes, I can change the rules. You can marry her. It's silly. I love it. I think those are adorable, and there are so many movies and books out there that fall into that trope. But that's my guilty pleasure. Every time my husband is gone for, like, on business trips, or he's gone out, whatever, following one of his hobbies, I tend to, especially if it's at night, you know, Friday nights when he goes for Friday Night Magic, I enjoy sitting in bed with a snack and, yeah, watching one of those movies. Or reading one of those books. Alright, next question. I actually have just made a video for that, so I'll link that video here. I'm not going to talk about it necessarily again, but a series that I want to read. So I just did a video on 5 long series that I would like to tackle soon, but those are definitely very relevant, all 5 of them. If we talk about shorter series, oh, there are so many that I would love to find the time reading. I definitely want to tackle a Sanderson one eventually, so I am looking at the YA series, the sci-fi YA series, other series like the How to Defend a Walled City. There are a bunch of R.J. Barker series that I want to read. There's Anthony Ryan that I want to read. Oh, there's just, I mean, I have like a bunch of series here behind my shelves, especially trilogies that I just slowly need to get to one after another. There are too many. All of them. And then a popular book and film where you love the story in both formats. I generally dislike movie or TV adaptations. I rarely had something where I truly love both. The only one that gets close is Harry Potter, but even with Harry Potter, there are so many things that I like. It starts with Harry Potter has completely messed up hair in the books, like in every direction. And in the movies, he is like, you know, all neat and clean. That already starts with, I cannot deal with this. But I think that would be the closest because I enjoy watching the movies. I enjoy reading the books. Harry Potter, I guess. Harry Potter? Yeah. It looks like there's no question 10 with tag people, at least not as far as I can, from what I can see here. But not that again, this is an older tag. A lot of people have done this. So check out all of the other people that have done this and have provided answers. If you've never done this, it's actually pretty fun to think about those things. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you've never done this tag, but you would love to either start a booktube channel or you have a booktube channel and haven't done the tag, definitely do it. It's super fun. And at the beginning I thought it's kind of weird if you do a tag video, even if you're not tagged. It's not. You get into it. You just talk your way through it. It works. Just as fine. I know, where's the fun in that? But here we are. So definitely give it a try. What do you think about all the books and tropes and authors that I mentioned? Do you agree with any of them? If not, why not? Like, I'd like to know those things. And then I hope I'll see you soon with my next video. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!